So good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to Tier 7 Round 10 Mexico of IFC. I'm your new host today. You are Sinuki Boy. Some of you might know me, some of you might not. But I'm definitely here, so hi. It's my second time commentating in here, so please forgive any mistakes I make. And yes, if I indeed do any mistakes or you can't hear me properly or anything of the sorts, just let me know in the stream chat and I will try to correct myself as much as possible. Yeah. Jesus. So yes, here we are. Second time commentating. I am very Well, since I do not know what I am supposed to do during the lobby, I will just give you a quick rundown of the Tier 7 standings. Currently, we have Cracker leading the championship with 126 points. Just a mere 29 points ahead of Storm's Major in second. And J-Mage follows behind him with another further 8 points behind in P3. Looking at Constructors' standings, we have Alfa Romeo in first, Haas in second, and Williams in third. All of them are actually just separated by 27 points, which is quite surprising. Yeah, so I think we might have quite a race on our hands tonight. At least from what I can tell. I am very sorry if I sound like, I don't know, I'm sick or something, but no, this is just my voice, I'm just the German lad, so please don't be, let's say, disappointed with my non-existent skill in the English language. far, it seems to me like that we don't really have even half the grid in here. I'm very concerned now. Fortunately, we seem to get more and more people joining, but from what I've heard, most of them might actually be reserve drivers this time around. Shenanigans. The Discord server are getting more and more advanced, I feel like. I'm kind of missing a commentator here. I'm really feeling bad on my own. Oh, we've got 4 viewers. What the fuck's this? Hello, everyone. I'm hoping you're not irritated by my rather quiet nature. But the thing is, I just don't know what to say. 12 people currently in the lobby. We've only got a bit more than half the grid in. What's happening here, boys? Tier 7 seems to be very sparsely populated. But I mean, that's kinda to be expected. Not to sound rude to the Tier 7 guys, but the other people that are basically in the middle of the week and you're, well, Tier 7. Stream can't really decide on whether we have 4, 5 or 2 viewers, which I find quite interesting. Hello Mutagi! Haven't talked to you since last week, but hey. How have you felt since you kinda liked stole the podium from you and your teammate? Ah, he's still sick, fuck. I'm sorry to remind you, but that's like the only thing that came to my head. And also for you, RPG Kimmy, I do not have a bloody clue on whether the formation lab is on or not. That was your special move. Was that like your special attack, Mutagi? Yeah, I mean, it should be off. The formation lab should be off. But I thought I read something about it being turned on again. I really have no bloody clue. Oh god. Mutagi, yes, that's the 0 points for my whole team special attack. I do agree. Just a quick question to the stream. Am I loud enough? Is the game too loud? Should I turn down the game? Should I turn up myself? Yeah, Mutagi, I don't really know what happened afterwards. I couldn't really tell you. But I do think you didn't finish, so the spin might actually be correct. Yeah, the menu music is kinda loud, but like, we'll see how it is with the cars on track. If I should be too quiet compared to the cars, just tell me. Wait. You have got to be shitting me. So we are finally starting qualifying with a total of 13 people. Oh gee. I hope this is exciting nonetheless, because you never know. Track map. Camera tribe. And let's see who will come out first on this rather foggy qualifying session. Oh, and there we go with Jarvis coming out first in the AlphaTauri. I actually do not have any information on any of these drivers, so I can't really tell you too much about them. But what I can see from the standings is also not helping that much, but Jarvis is currently in P5 in the championship and only 6 points behind 4th. So if he gets a good qualifying, he might be able to actually overtake 4th positioned Epic Wins. And Epic Wins isn't even racing tonight, so he has even better chances at getting that 4th position. Yes, Aaron, indeed, I am on the comms. So, Mutagi has just given us his professional opinion on Mr. Cracker 6. And he has now corrected himself, but he initially said that he was quite a bad driver, so we should put our money on him. But I mean, we should expect big things from Cracker, because he is currently leading this championship. And as I might have said in the lobby chat, he already has a 29 points gap to second place. So he might even be able to extend it tonight. So here comes Jarvis. He just finished his first flying lap with 1:16.9, and Michael Dorian in the Ferrari is nearly 1.5 seconds behind. the pace gap, at least at the start, seems to be quite bad. Meanwhile, RPG Kimi comes into first with only 0.009 of a second in front of Jarvis, and Aldini now up into third, and Zach Bowen full 2 seconds behind RPG Kimi in P5. Well, meanwhile, who else is on a lap? Reese the Piggy is on an invalidated lap. But there comes Westo 8632. Full 3/10, nearly even 4/10 in front of RPG Kimi now. What an astonishing lap. I really cannot keep up. These lap times are coming way too fast now. And Rager, who did an amazing backflip in Baku, now 2.2 off the pole lap. Meanwhile, his teammate Reese the Piggy still on an invalidated lap. Not looking good for him. But Bolting Seeker and Jace Alumni? Both Aston Martins in 11th and 12th now going for the first lap, but Bolting Seeker has already invalidated his lap time actually. Let's see what Alumni can do for Aston Martin on those medium tires. Going very close to getting an invalidation there. A bit further off the track, and I think he might have even damaged his front wing. But for now, he looks to be on the money, on the pace, not looking too shabby through those couple of corners. Now coming to the S sections, very difficult corners here. If you screw up one of them, you screw up all of them. But for now, it looks like he had quite a good run. At least he didn't spin his rear. So yeah, now coming into the stadium section, a very tricky part of the track, at least for me personally. And now only the last 2 corners to go. Not doing a Bottas, fortunately, and coming across the line, he's going P4 on mediums. On mediums, he's only 9/10 slower than the current pole position lap. And yes, Mutegi, I hate the S sections too, because you are on a wheel. You are on a wheel. I'm on a controller. I have enough reasoning to hate the S curves. But enough about that run. JMH just started his lap time coming down through the second DRS straight. Looking good so far, looking quite fast on the straights. But will he be able to do enough in the corners? Doesn't look too shabby. He could have used a bit more of the track there. Now is he going to be able to go through the S's perfectly? For now it's looking good. He might have actually gone a bit too slow through there and nearly lost the car coming out of the S section onto the DRS straight. Now into the stadium section. Is he going to outbrake himself here? No, he actually isn't. I find for myself personally that it's a very hard braking point coming into the stadium section, but he mastered it beautifully. Now around the final corner, and it's going to be P4 for him now. 9/10 off Westo. Well, Mutegi, if that wheel is actually on sale, can you sell it to me? I really need a wheel. Anyway, JMH now just coming back to the pits. Let's see what the other drivers are up to currently. RPG Kimi on another lap, already coming through the S's. Oh, he's absolutely flying, it seems like. Very good balance of the car here. Coming down the DRS straight. Will he come through here? Fine, yes he will. Stadium section, again a very tricky part of the circuit, and he actually hits the bollard and invalidates his lap time. What a shame, he was looking so good. Well, let's have a look at Michael Dorian, the singular Ferrari in this race tonight. Coming into the first chicane. Very good line from him there. Is he gonna extend the track a bit? No, he isn't. He's actually pretty far from the white line, if you ask me. Coming down the DRS straight now into turn number 4 and turn number 5. Still doing good. Oh, very close to the line there. Could have been an invalidation, but he sticks it on track nonetheless. Now into the tricky S's. Is he going? Oh, yes, he is going to make it. For a second, I thought he would just go straight on. And if you ask me, his Ferrari looks a bit rear and trigger happy. So we might actually see a few spins from him coming through this section. Now, through the stadium section, he goes through here quite well. Maybe even a bit of over-rotation there, if you ask me. But now coming through the last turn, what is it going to be for him? It's not going to be a big improvement. And JMH has actually just binned his car into the barrier, I do believe. Let's go on board with Zach Bowen to see what has happened here. And yes, he's actually lost the car, it looks like. And Jack Bowen is just all over the track. Well, let's have a look at the Aston Martins. Bolting Seeger currently on his lap. Coming into the stadium section now. Just behind, just in front of his teammate. So that might make me wonder if he's going to give him a tow when he's finished with this lap. Coming through the final corner now, and it's gonna be P4 for Bolting Seeker. Very good lap times from both the Aston Martins so far. Only 6/10 of the pole position time currently. Well, talking about his teammate, he just started his lap, so let's see what he's able to do on these soft compound tires coming through the first chicane. Very nicely done. Used all of the track available to him with quite a run onto the DRS straight now. Coming into turn number 4 and 5. A very strange complex of corners, but now the double right-hander coming down towards the S section. Will he stay on the track? Will he touch the curbs a bit too much? You never know. Oh, that was very close to getting an invalidation there. Now, and he's actually invalidated it. What a shame. He looked to have such a good lap, but it wasn't meant to be. Well, let's see what the next guy behind him can do. Aldini also invalidating his lap time. Rager is on an out lap. Michael Dorian, the sole Ferrari, once again on a lap coming through the S sections right now. And actually invalidating as well. Both the Haas's are out on an out lap, as well as the only Mercedes, not the only Mercedes, the second Mercedes. Well, let's have another look at JS Alumni coming through the chicane once again, going very wide this time round. Let's hope that didn't actually cost him any time. But coming down to turn number 4, looks like a good corner again from him. Turn 5, going a bit too wide, and another invalidation. I think he might just getting a bit too frustrated right now. But we will see what comes of it. Meanwhile, Phantom is now on a lap as well. I think he might be... Oh no, he's actually... he actually has a teammate. But he's coming very fast through these S's. He looks very good through here now with the DRS open. No, he's actually not opening his DRS. Might he have some kind of fault, or am I just blind? Coming into the stadium section now, again very tricky, but he masters it beautifully. Coming through to the last couple of corners now. What is it going to be for Phantom? Actually, no, he's actually pitting. Oh, never mind. Too much hype for nothing. But there is Rager with an invalidated lap time, starting another lap now. The third lap on these soft compound tires with only 3 minutes to go. Let's see what happens in these couple of minutes. Rager coming down towards the first chicane. Is it going to be a good corner? Yes, it is. It looks very good for him. Going a bit wide. Not invalidating, which is very good. RPG Kimi just gone first with a 16.2. Or another 2 tenths in front of Westo. But meanwhile, Rager going very close to the line, and he's invalidated again. He has to put down the aggression level a bit, I do think. Because this is not beneficial for him. Meanwhile, Jarvis in the AlphaTauri coming into the stadium section. Jesus Christ. Beautifully mastered corner there. Coming through the second to last corner and now into the last corner. What is it going to be for Jarvis? Jarvis doesn't improve. Let's see what happens then. Bolting Seeker now onto a lap. How is it going to be for him? His teammate invalidating way too many laps, and we've had a bit of netcode. His teammate invalidating way too many laps and potentially costing him a front row start. But Bolting Seeker so far looks to be pretty well on the track. Still P5 and with a good couple of first corners, which is very good. Through turn 4 and turn 5, pretty nicely done. But now into the double right-hander onto the S section. Now, if he doesn't nail this corner, it's probably over for him. A bit too wide coming through the first S, but he caught it perfectly, beautifully. Ending the S's in quite a good shape. Now with the DRS open, coming into the stadium section once again. Will he outbrake himself? No, he won't. Maybe he even turns in. Oh, nearly turned in too fast, I do believe. But he managed it quite well now, coming on to the start-finish straight. What is it going to be for Seeker? Not even an improvement. What a shame, what a shame. Well, let's see what happens then. Westo on a lap, P2 currently, 2 tenths off of pole position. Coming into the S's, very nicely done. Hit coming out of the S's onto the DRS straight towards the stadium section. Pretty bad right now, if you ask me. I do not personally like it, but into the stadium. Very good. It has gone over the cup too much, and it's invalidated for him. That wasn't a phenomenal lap, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Meanwhile, RPG Kimi absolutely dominating the field, if you ask me. A 2/10 advantage in front of second place. Phenomenal. Meanwhile, Cracker 6 currently P5 in the Williams. Our championship leader in Tier 7. Utegi, yes, blep, blep, blep. Oh, what is this? JS Illumini just went fastest with a 1:16.1. Nearly 2 tenths in front of RPG Kimi. This has caught me quite off guard. Quite the scare this was. But well, what will Cracker do about it? Absolutely flying through the S's down towards the stadium section. Being on quite a good lap so far, man. Mastering those tricky couple of corners, coming through to the second to last and last corner. What is it gonna be for Cracker? It's gonna be P2, only 900ths off of the pole position time. What an amazing finish to this qualifying session, if you ask me. Oh god, oh god. And there is a yellow flag. It is Aldini in the Alpine. Going pretty slowly already on a 117. Doesn't look good for him. Seems like he had to abort his lap. Maybe he did a major mistake or something. I couldn't tell you. But now what is this? Is he gonna do some donuts for us, or... No, he's just letting the Haas pass. Okay. Very nice from him. Well, now, this qualifying session is officially over, and these are your, why do I keep forgetting words? English isn't that hard. Fuck me. So, yes, we have JS alumni, yes, on pole position, followed by Cracker in P2, only 900ths behind. RPG, Kimi in P3, then we have Westo, Jarvis, Phantom, Aldini, Bolting Seeker, JMH, Michael Dorian, Rager 59, Zach Bowen, and Reese the Piggy. Let's hope Rager doesn't do a backflip like he did in Baku last time round, because that didn't look too healthy if you ask me. No, Mutegi, I'm not going to learn better English with Babel. Yes, RPG Kimi, it was quite close for pole position there. Only 100 and... Wait, no. Only 106... No. English is hard. Fuck. I am struggling with the easiest words and I do not know why, which is very entertaining to you, I guess. Meanwhile... Now, loading in for the race. Do you guys have any predictions for this coming race? My, well, at least my honest opinion is that we're gonna have Cracker win this race in front of JS Alumni and RPG Kimi in third. But that's just my uneducated opinion. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. Okay, Mutegi comes in with the absolute threats here. If Cracker doesn't win, he's gonna crash him into a wall next time round. Which doesn't sound healthy, to be honest. Well, meanwhile, we have just started the outlap. And JSA Alumni leading the field. And Zach Bowen and Reese Piggy actually got disqualified. There seems to be some contact going on between them. Mutegi, yes, I give you my heart. And you're gonna give my heart to Cracker. And then we're just going to kill each other. Okay? Good, good. Yes. Meanwhile, jokes aside, JS Alumni looks very good for this race. Starting first and even with quite the pace advantage over most of the field. Only Cracker and RPG Kimi actually looking to be a threat for him today. Now coming through the stadium section, the absolute worst section on any racetrack, if you ask me. Even Vietnam is more enjoyable than this section. But, well, we're now coming to the grid, forming the grid. Zach Bowen and Reese will have very, very cold tires, I imagine. So, let's see how these guys will start. I really don't have any faith in them, but let's see. Now, with nearly the entire grid lined up, we just need to wait for the lights to go on. And I hear the lights, I see the lights, I don't see the lights. And it's five flat right and an out with Alumni coming off to a great start, but Cracker actually getting a better start. Maybe looking for a move down the inside into turn 1. What's it going to be? RPG Kimi actually going in, pushing Cracker out to the side. Jarvis now already plays up, RPG Kimi already plays up, and we have a yellow flag. What's this? Bolting Seeger just spun, I believe. Meanwhile, RPG Kimi and Cracker still going at it, and even Jarvis is coming into the mix now. Very tight field so far. Alumni just getting quite a lead, 8 tenths, 9 tenths even in front of RPG Kimi currently. But RPG Kimi really has to look out for Cracker, because I think he might be out for blood now. And already the first penalty has been ditched out for Zach Bowen. Probably for multiple warnings, but I do not know. And Bolting Seeker already with a penalty as well. Yes, RPG Kimi nearly falling 1 second behind the leader currently, and everything is going down here. So many yellow flags. And Phantoman now with a good run. Jarvis into the pits. He actually has some damage, I believe. Reese the Piggy out of the session. Phantom going for the move on Westo. Coming, even finishing before the corner. But is Westo going to start a counter attack? No, it doesn't look like it. But now with the... Oh, actually Phantom is gone. Phantom has spun. Gone over the curb a bit too much, and now he's gone. And Aldini actually just slipped past Westo right there. Very interesting scenes here, if you ask me. Meanwhile, Phantom now all the way back in P8. What a unfortunate start for him. But, well, let's see what's going on. Westo trying to get back past Aldini in P4 right now. Coming through the S's. Doesn't look too shabby here. Oh, both of them look very, very stable, very planted to the circuit here. Coming into the stadium section, might he go for the lunge? No, he won't. He thinks better of it. He doesn't do what I did. Now coming towards the last couple of corners, there are 2 more penalties for... Oh no, not penalties. What am I talking about? RPG Kimi just pulling the fastest lap down. But now Westo with the slipstream on Aldini coming towards turn number 1. Is he going to make the move? Is he going to be alongside? He's going as late as he can, but Aldini just shuts the door on him. Doesn't let him pass. Very good racing from these 2 right here. Meanwhile, Bolting Seeker and Phantoman battling out for P6 currently. Phantoman actually in the slipstream falling back a bit. And Marco Dorian, the sole Ferrari, into the pits. How unfortunate for the Italian team. Meanwhile, RPG Kimi is closing the gap to Jay's Alumni right now. Coming through the DRS straight. Actually, yes, already DRS enabled. It's coming very close to him. Only 4 tenths separating these 2 right now. Coming through the stadium section. Jay's Alumni actually knocks over Bollard. And he had quite a bad run out of that second to last corner. RPG Kimi all the way in his gearbox right now. Meanwhile, another penalty for Rager now. And RPG past JS Alumni? Not quite, yes, he is now. Coming down into turn 1, he's gonna have DRS for the second straight as well. Is JS Alumni gonna be able to do anything? Meanwhile, Jack Bowen gets another time penalty. And RPG Kimi now with the fastest first sector. He's looking on fire, if I do say so myself. Well, let's go a bit further down the grid. Westo still desperately trying to get past Eldini right now. And even a bit further back, JH just got past Arctic Porridge. Just cutting through the field now. 4 positions already. No, he didn't. Never mind. Arctic Prodigy already has a 3-second time penalty now as well. And the one time I don't look, Westo has gone past Eldini. Is Eldini going to be able to do anything against this McLaren? No one knows. We will have to see on the coming DRS straight. RPG Kimi now with another fastest lap, already extending the gap to 8/10 to JS Alumni. But JS Alumni now with the DRS coming ever so slightly closer. Eldini now with the DRS on Westo. Will he be able to pull off the move into turn 1? He's going on the outside. Westo's going defensive and they nearly touch, but Eldini has gone past Westo for P4 right now. Eldini with the DRS again, so Westo will not be able to overtake him at least this lap. JMH now with the fastest lap time in his little Alfa Romeo. And JS Alumni actually catching up to RPG Kimi. Very close here. And yes, Mutegi, you are saying it. Cracker is really falling behind. 3.3 behind JS Alumni currently. And JS Alumni just keeping the gap small to RPG Kimi to potentially put on a move with the DRS on the start-finish straight. Meanwhile, Westo and Eldini are still fighting as well, coming through the stadium section, only 4/10 separating these two. And now JS Alumni with the DRS coming up to RPG Kimi, going to the inside, surprisingly. And just breezing past Kimi now with the DRS. And Westo now with the DRS as well, doing the same as JS Alumni did on RPG Kimi. Coming through the first corner, but he doesn't quite make the move stick. Eldini comes for the switchback. And they're still side by side. Eldini is still ahead of Westo, but Westo has the DRS again. So let's see what happens here coming into the 4th corner. Nothing happens. Great job, guys. Great job. Well, meanwhile, Michael Dorian on the back of the Haas. Now coming with the DRS, coming to the outside and just breezing past, even far in front of the first corner. Very good move from him, if I do say so myself. And there's Jack Bowen spun. Was there some contact? I do not know. We will have to see on the replays later. Now RPG Kimi and JS Alumni both have penalties. JS Alumni into the pits, and he's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. What has happened here? What a calamity for the Aston Martin. But meanwhile, Westo in the McLaren about to pull off the move on the Alpine of Eldini. Is he going to be able to make it stick this time round? Now with the DRS, with some DRS as well, I assume. Coming down into the first corner. And he's gone past comfortably this time round. Let's see if he can hold this lead on Eldini coming into the into turn number 4. Let's do it that way. And yes, he does, even extending the gap now. Meanwhile, let's have a look at JS Alumni with his penalty. Coming through the double right-hander now, just in front of Phantom. Not too far behind Eldini. And I think he might be able to undercut Kimi. He's just within that 20-second mark, so he might be able to undercut Kimi here. Kimi now actually going for another lap, trying to improve the distance between him and Alumni. Looking great so far. JMH now coming up to the back of Jarvis. Only 8 tenths separating these two. Jarvis, with quite the unfortunate start to the race, had to pit in lap number 2. But he's climbed his way up to P8 so far, so that looks good. And JMH nearly going for the move into the stadium section. What a lad. I wouldn't do it. It's probably a front wing killer, but that's just my opinion. Jack Bowen with another time penalty, and JMH now with the DRS on the back of Jarvis. How about he just goes past? Yep, as easy as that. And Mutegi, my Discord is nuke hashtag 1691. Just for your information. Jarvis not being able to do anything against JMH right here. JMH just really has the pace tonight. Well, meanwhile, RPG Kimi still going for another lap, extending these softs quite far into the race. Maybe even coming close to puncture territory when he's going into the pits. We will have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Michael Dorian with a time penalty now. The only Ferrari on the track, and now he already has a penalty. Meanwhile, Aldini in the Alpine, into the pits he goes. And he's putting on another set of softs. So we're looking at a 2-stop strategy right here. Looking very interesting. And Bolting Seeker has got a penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane. Aldini now out of the pits. JMH coming up behind him. How long is it going to take JMH to get past Aldini? Is he going to have better luck than Westo? We will have to wait and see. So yes, currently the running order is RPG Kimi in P1, but he does not have his first pit stop completed, so we will have to wait and see. Then we have Cracker and Westo in P2 and 3, also not having pitted yet. JSA Alumni currently the front runners of the people that has already had a pit stop. And as we're talking about that, Cracker actually goes into the pits. And there is a safety car. How did I not know that? Why is there a safety car? What has happened here? What did I miss? People, please fill me in. I do not know what happened. But we have a safety car on our hands. So this is quite exciting, if you ask me. So let's have a look at the penalty situation. RPG Kimi out. God! Nearly dropped my controller there. RPG Kimi currently in first. Has 3-second time penalty as well as Westo. JSA Alumni already having 8 seconds because of speeding in the pit lane. Arctic Prodigy with a 11-second time penalty. Michael Dorian with 3. Bolting Seeker with 11. Zach Bowen with 9. And Rager with 9 as well. Rager, you did a backflip last week. How about you just don't get that penalty? Blah. My God, how can I not speak? Yes, Mutegi, I also commentate, as you might have heard. Yes, so yes, JS Alumni into the pits again. Oh no, I haven't said a thing. I am a stupid boy. JS Alumni and Westo going into the pits now, putting on medium tires, it looks like. Actually, no, Westo? Westo has soft tires on. What has happened here? These are some quite interesting strategies, if you ask me. So, the running order is as follows. RPG Kimi on softs in first. Then in second, we have Cracker on mediums. Then Westo on softs, Jace Alumni on mediums, Aldini on softs, Jarvis on hards, Phantom on mediums, James H, Bolting Seeger and Arctic Prodigy actually all on softs. Michael Dorian on mediums, Zach Bowen on hards and Rager on softs. And yes, Mutegi, to answer your question, everyone can apply to be a commentator. Well, at least as far as I know. If I am incorrect, please correct me. But I do think that that is the case. So yeah, just a boring old safety car phase here. Nothing to see, nothing to hear. I'm just gonna ramble a bit, I guess, because otherwise it's going to get a bit too boring. So yeah, lap 12 out of 36, another 24 laps to go. Quite the interesting race we've had on our hands so far. But only one DNF, which is quite surprising if you ask me. I would have thought that more people just died in the S's randomly. But I guess I was mistaken. We have to wait for the last cars to actually catch up to the queue, which would be Rager, Zach Bowen, Michael Dorian and Arctic Prodigy, all still far behind the current pack. And yes, Mutegi, I would be delighted to have you on the stream next week if you are back to full working condition. And even if you don't wanna, I mean, it's something. Having a co-commentator is actually quite relieving, because you don't have to do all the work by yourself. But now I am here all by myself, a German boy that is struggling with English apparently. Trying not to ramble too much, but I've already failed at that miserably. So yeah, meanwhile, nothing is happening because safety car, which is my cue to look into the Discord chat in case I have missed something, and Zach Bowen just getting a thingy penalty again. Why do I keep getting paint on the bloody Discord? And yes, just to quote the Twitch stream, Mutegi doesn't like people who want to get famous. And yes, I do agree to that notion, because I don't have to be famous, especially not if I'm just commentating in F1 League for fun with like 14 people watching. It's just fun, I guess. I mean, it's not that fun when you're alone, but when you have a co-commentator that you get along with very well, you can have lots of fun, which I experienced in Baku 2 weeks ago, when I commentated together with First Rambo 555 it was, I think. Very good lad, very nice dude, was very fun commentating that night. Yes, Mutegi, I feel very lonely. I need some social interaction. And the safety car is in RPG Kimi, going for the restart now. What is going to happen here? Cracker 6 now on his tail, on his gearbox. Will he be doing a move onto the first corner? Yes or no? We will have to see. And yes, Cracker goes around the outside, which becomes the inside, and then the outside again. Let's see how that goes for him. He's just in front of RPG Kimi now, and yes, he has actually gone past Kimi. What a lad, but now Kimi comes back again at him, going around the outside of turn 4. Now into turn 5. Westo getting involved a bit as well, and Jay's Alumni not too far behind. But RPG Kimi has gotten the lead back in front of Cracker and Westo. Still a very compact pack so far, and Westo really struggling behind Cracker here. Cracker not having the best line through there. And Jarvis just got a time penalty. What a shame, what a shame. You don't want to see that, but I guess that's how it goes. Nemo navigating the stadium section quite perfectly now, coming onto the last corner, onto the start-finish straight. What are Westo and Cracker going to do against RPG Kimi right here? It seems to be that there isn't much going on between them, but Jay's Alumni now making a move potentially. No, not quite on Westo. Getting quite close to him, even though Westo was on the faster tire. Now on the second straight, still not close enough, but it's much closer than before. Meanwhile, Westo has caught up to Cracker a bit, coming through the two right-handers onto the S section. Will Cracker be able to have a better run through here this time round? Yes, it definitely looks like it. Westo still running quite well with Cracker's pace. Coming towards the stadium section. Actually, Aldini is starting to catch up with Jay's Alumni right now. Now, through the second to last corner once more. Cracker actually seems to get a bit waywards there, losing his rear end a bit. But that's still not enough for Westo to get close to him. Meanwhile, Jarvis into the pits, getting another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. And JMH just going past Phantom right now. How lucky I was on this camera. Looking very good for JMH now. Nearly in the top 5 now, getting ever so slightly closer, and Arctic Protege getting a time penalty for cutting the corner. But now he's on the back of Phantom, but can't quite do anything. I think we might have gotten into a stalemate now. Everyone is just behind each other, everyone is in a DRS train, so nothing too much happening for now at least. Let's go onward with our race leader, RPG Kimi, currently leading by 1.3 seconds to the second place car. Going quite well and quite smooth through the stadium section actually. If he does that more times than once, I'm gonna get an orgasm, I think. I hope no one is actually watching this, because otherwise I'm screwed. Meanwhile, Arctic Protege with another time penalty, and Westo now slowly catching up to Cracker with the DRS open, not being able to make a move into turn 1, but is he going to be able to make it into turn 4? Let's see now with DRS. Cracker weaving a bit, trying to break the slipstream, and it might have actually worked because Westo didn't overtake him into turn 4. Meanwhile, RPG Kimi is still maintaining those 1.3 second gap to Cracker. And Mutegi, I know you're watching, but you're not going to tell anyone about this, right? Right? Westo going a bit wide behind Cracker, losing a bit of time, losing nearly 2/10 there, but catching it all up again in the DRS straight, coming down to the stadium now. How is he going to handle this? There is a yellow flag for Mercedes, I believe, but it's unimportant. Westo 3/10 behind Cracker right now, coming up to the start finish straight with the DRS open right around now, and he's going for the move, and he's already past Cracker now. Cracker falling down further and further down the order. Will Cracker be able to do anything against Westo? It doesn't look likely, but maybe Jay's Alumni has something to say. Now with the DRS open, still 8/10 behind Cracker. No, it doesn't look like he's getting anywhere close, but it was worth a shot. Meanwhile, Arctic Prodigy still trailing Phantom down in P8. And Phantom going very wide there, and Arctic Prodigy getting another time penalty. This man has to have gotten like 15 seconds of time penalty. Even 20-second time penalties. What is going on here? Very interesting stuff, I do say so myself. Meanwhile, oh, RPG Kimi has spun! He has spun! And he's got damage! The race leader just absolutely binned it. What a shame! What a shame! Let's go further up the grid, and Cracker now goes into the lead in front of Westo. What is happening here? This is very, very interesting. This is all unfolding right here and now. Jason Alumni now also still very close to the top 2. Still a podium in sight, and JMH now already up to P4, going past Aldini. What a great recovery from him. Already making up 5 places. Let's see. This has been... Jeez, what has happened to Kimi? He just spun it and then drove into the wall. Nemo Dorian gets another time penalty, but that's unimportant. Arctic Prodigy on the back of Phantom right now. Aldini and JMH battling. Aldini actually going past JMH again into the stadium section. What is this? What is going on here? A 4-way fight for P4. This is quite exciting, if you ask me. JMH and Aiden still side by side. Westo now coming up to Cracker again into turn 1. Westo going past Cracker, and JS Alumni coming ever so slightly closer to the 2 of them. JS Alumni only 3/10 behind Cracker now, while Westo just went into the lead. Now Alumni with the DRS coming down to turn number 4, but he isn't able to make the move quite yet. Meanwhile, Aldini has fallen down to P6, and Phantoman has gone up to P number 5. Arctic Prodigy now battling with Aldini as well, going through turn 5, coming up to the double right-hander, but Aldini holds his position. No, Mutegi, there is no such thing as an onboard. Let's go onboard with Arctic Prodigy. Meanwhile, my Xbox has just entered night mode, which is way better for my eyes. Now that the battling has come down a bit. We have Westo in P1 with Cracker in P2, Jason Alumni in P3, JMH in P4 and Phantom in P5. Westo actually going into the pits. Is he going to put on some mediums then to the end of the race? Yes, he will, and RPG Kimmy getting another time penalty. What a shame for him. But Arctic Prodigy now in the Red Bull, overtaking Aldini for P5, coming down towards turn 1. Very close stop in here indeed. Oh god. I'm getting a hiccup. Meanwhile, JS Alumni coming up behind Cracker. Coming behind Cracker. Getting closer ever so slightly, and they're about to actually lap the second Aston Martin here, which is very interesting to see. Just getting some good shots here without any obstructions. Now phasing through the Seeker guy. Cracker and Jason Alumni coming through the last corner right now. Jason Alumni with the DRS. Is he going to be able to do anything against Cracker's lead here? Actually, Cracker has the DRS from the lapped car, from Jason Alumni's teammate actually. What a shame this is. But Jason Alumni is coming closer and closer to Cracker right now. With the DRS open again for the both of them, is he going to be able to do anything coming into turn 4? It looks unlikely, and yes, it did not happen. Meanwhile, Aldini, JMH and Arctic Prodigy all went into the pits, surprisingly. Which promotes RPG Kimmy back to P9. Very close stuff going on here. JS Alumni now getting closer to Cracker and S's, it seems. Only 3/10, 4/10 now separating the both of them. Now coming down to the stadium section. Once again, the hardest part of the track, in my opinion. Going nose to tail right here. Going very close, but not having any sort of contact. Very good racing from the both of them. But Cracker goes a bit wide. Now Jason Alumni with the DRS. Is he going to be able to do something this time round? He's already sizing off the move with ERS and DRS coming down towards turn 1. He's already passed way before, and Jason Alumni now leads this race. What an amazing performance from him right now. Pole position and leading the race. What a lad. Even in front of the championship leader. Meanwhile, Jarvis and Michael Dorian are not actually fighting, but Michael Dorian has just come into the pits. And meanwhile, Prodigy might be sizing up a move on JMH now. JMH falling down the grid. What? No! Ha! Pace a bit, I believe. Zach Bowen and RPG Kimmy, both Haas, are just trying to stick with Aldini right now, but they aren't really able to do it. And what's this? JMH just made an atrocious lunge, absolutely missed his braking point and hit one of the Haas, I do believe. What is happening in this race? I am so confused. Meanwhile, we have a 3-car train coming through the S's, the Haases, sandwiching Arctic Prodigy, which got another time penalty. And Cracker coming up to Jay's Alumni in first right now. Going a bit on board now. He looks to be a bit too far behind to actually get past Jay's Alumni into turn 4. And yes, he is. He isn't going to do the same as JMH, which is quite good, quite fortunate for the both of them. Meanwhile, when I wasn't looking, Arctic Prodigy is getting past RPG Kimmy now. Even way before turn 1. So many overtakes. Arctic Prodigy actually making up 7 places since the start. Amazing. And Cracker with a time penalty now. This is gonna get close between the two of them. JS Alumni only has 3 seconds more than Cracker, so this is looking to be very close between the both of them. I shouldn't have said anything. This is the commentator's curse. JS Alumni just got another 3-second time penalty. And so is Westo. What are you guys doing? Meanwhile, JS Alumni is actually behind Cracker again. Cracker went for the move, and I didn't see it. I shouldn't be so preoccupied with penalties all the time. This means Cracker, our championship leader, is currently going to extend his lead even more as Michael Dorian gets another time penalty. Guys, calm down. Oh Jesus, I'm getting sleepy. Stadium section once more. As I like to say, the trickiest section of the entire track, but that's just my fault. And yes, I am very sleepy, Mr. Mutegi, and JS Alumni has just gone past Cracker for P1 once again. Meanwhile, Jarvis picks up another time penalty. What is he doing? And Michael Dorian just trailing Zach Bowen in P9 right now. I have just become a sad newbie and not just a tired newbie. Very unfortunate. Oh, Michael Dorian going down the inside. What is happening here? What was that move? What was that move? There was some very brutal contact. What are these guys doing? And Cracker's falling behind further and further. What is happening here? Oh, man. I can't even concentrate anymore. So yes, Cracker once again going up behind JS Alumni now with DRS. And a bit of ERS coming down towards the first corner. Is he going to make the move? Yes, he's going for the outside, which turns into the inside. And he made the move stick on JS Alumni. JS Alumni not even putting up much of a fight, if you ask me. Well, actually, as I say that, JS Alumni tucks into the slipstream. Is he going to go for the lunge? No, he isn't going to do the... Jesus. Concentrating is hard. Meanwhile, Zach Bowen with another time penalty. Yes, Mutegi. An Arctic Prodigy with the DRS of Aldini. Actually completely messing up that exit. But, I mean, it was worth a shot. Cracker has been overtaken by JS Alumni. What am I missing all the time? And there is a safety car. A safety car with like 9 laps to go. Now there's going to be a mad dash for the pits to put on some pits. No, you're not putting on pits. You're pitting to put on some soft tires. Yes. Christ. Oh, RPG Kimmy's controller died. Oh, well, that's very nice. Very, very nice. So right now we have Westo on old mediums, leading the pack in front of Jay's alumni, Cracker, Phantom, Jarvis, Aldini, Arctic Prodigy, RPG Kimmy, JMH, Rager, Zackbone, and Sieger. This is another fill apart. I feel like I should start singing whenever there's a safety car, but then I remember that I'm not good at singing, so I'm not doing it. Good morning, Ben. How are you? I don't know you, but hi. Welcome to the stream. 12 viewers currently. Another safety car. Much controversy. And I don't know what to say. Lamau. And my cat has just run into a door. Can you like stop fucking about with each other? Thank you. Ben, I do not know if you're an OG of IFC, I do not know you, so you can't be that much of an OG. Well, Zach Bowen has been DNF'd. So we have Westo in first, JSA Aluminum in P2, Cracker in P3, then we have Phantom in P4, Jarvis in P5, Aldini in P6, RPG Kimmy in P7, Arctic Prodigy in P8, JMH in P9, Rager in P10, and Bolting Seeker in P11. So, Mutegi, what do I think about Magnussen going back to Haas? I'm excited. I've always liked Magnussen. I've always liked the old Haas boys, like Grosjean and Magnussen. They are so underrated, if you ask me. Katze. Jerry. Hey! My cat is trying to eat my cables. Come here. Come, Hobbs. Safety car is not in this lap, I do believe. Yeah, Rager and Bolting Seeker are still too far. No, actually just Rager is too far behind. Because I think Bolting Seeker, yeah, he's already in the queue. He's going to be lapped. No, he is, or is he lapped? He is lapped. Kinda. I don't know. Mazepin, anyway. What about Mazepin, Mutegi? Mazepin, the Lord of the Spins. Yes, I do agree. Even though I think Ferrari kind of has more the image Dub-di-dub-di-dub-di-dub. Gesundheit. My cat just sneezed. Bloody thing. Anyway, safety car in this lap. Let's see what Westo is going to do when he's going to start to restart. And yes, let's fucking go. And he restarts almost immediately with Jason Alumni and Cracker hot on his heels. Jason Alumni and Cracker actually owns new soft tires. So Westo is at a disadvantage no matter what. And Jason Alumni and Cracker already going 3 wide with him coming into turn number 1. And they've gone past him even. Meanwhile, ow! And JS Alumni is out. He's gone. He's out of the front running. But that promotes Jarvis into P3. Yes, let's fucking go, Jarvis! And Jarvis has actually gone past Westo as well. The madman. Too many things happening at once right here, if you ask me. But I mean, I'm still able to cover it somewhat. So I'm proud of myself. Yes, Mutegi, I'm a Jarvis fanboy. Leave me alone. Oh god, my hand starts hurting. This is not good. JS Alumni nearly going for the lunge into the stadium section. What is going on here then? Well, meanwhile, which is more interesting, is seeing Phantom and RPG coming up to the back of Westo. Meanwhile, the front of the pack really scatters right now. There is like a 2-second gap between the top 3. And Phantom got past Westo successfully. And Arctic Prodigy and JMH actually got past Aldini. I wonder if he made a mistake of some kind, which I wouldn't put past him. Meanwhile, JMH on the back of Arctic Prodigy. Is he going to do his amazing lunge again? No, he is not. How unfortunate. I was already looking forward to seeing it, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Meanwhile, RPG Kimi still on the back of Westo on those old medium tires. Even though RPG Kimi seems to struggle a bit more than Westo. What has happened to this man? He was going so well in the middle of the race, but then suddenly he just lost everything. He just lost everything. I guess that's just how life goes sometimes. But now RPG Kimi with the DRS and ERS coming up behind Westo on the first DRS break. Will he do the move? Yes or no? Yes, he will go for the move down the inside of turn 1, and he makes it stick beautifully on Westo. Very good move from Kimi right there, but goes a bit wide. Nearly risking a warning, but I guess he didn't care too much. Now Westo is under threat of Jay's Alumni. Once again, this must remind him of the restart. Coming through the double right onto the S section. Coming closer and closer to each other. Nose to tail nearly even. Right here through the S's. Let's see. Westo just seems to have these S's nailed down because he's just running away from everyone in these S's. Well, well, well. If he would have pitted for softs, he would probably be further up the grid. Yes. Meanwhile, Jason Alumni has the DRS and pressure tires and some ERS to go with it to overtake Westo coming into the first turn. Getting closer and closer to the back of that McLaren. And now just has to brake a bit later. And yes, he does successfully pull off the move. what a great move from JS Alumni right here. Meanwhile, Jarvis seems to be struggling to keep up with Cracker back at the front. Already 2.6, even nearly 2.7 seconds behind Cracker. But I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less from the current championship leader. I am really losing my English right here, and I do not like it. Meanwhile, Jason now trying to get closer to Kimmy, but not really able to. He actually made a mistake, and now Westo's on the back of him again. Jason seems to be pretty inconsistent ever since he had his spin. At least that's what I'm seeing here. And why am I constantly changing accent? I don't know. Meanwhile, now coming up the DRS straight, Westo behind Chase Alumni with DRS and some slipstream coming down to the first corner, and Westo is back past Chase Alumni once again. Meanwhile, Phantom looks to be catching up with Jarvis, so Jarvis might not actually get this P2. Jarvis will actually not get this P2 because of his penalties. Jarvis will get absolutely, let's say, robbed by Phantom. Actually, if Cracker doesn't get a move on, Phantom might win this race, and it's going to be a Williams one too. How amazing. And meanwhile, Westo has gotten a lot of penalty, it seems like. Oh god! JS Alumni, Arctic Prodigy and Westo seem to be engaging into a three-way fight for P number 5 right here. JS Alumni on the last lap with the DRS on Westo. He is definitely going to make the move stick, but now what is Arctic Prodigy going to do? And Phantom has actually gone for the move on Jarvis. It's getting very close between these two now with the DRS, the slipstream and some ERS possibly. No, he's not getting past Jarvis. Let's see what happens in the S section. It's getting pretty close between these two, even though Phantom already has that second place secured. He might even get it done on track as well. And yes, Mutegi, there is actually a chance that Phantom might get the win here, because Cracker has a 6-second time penalty and he's not far enough ahead of Phantom to actually maintain his lead and win. And yes, there we have it. Cracker wins this Grand Prix with Jarvis in P3. Phantom has actually won this race. This makes it a Williams 1-2 with Phantom in P1. Cracker in P2, Jarvis in P3. What a race, I tell you guys, what a race. And F1 has given me a good, a very nice achievement. I really like to watch F1 races, you know. Well, let's see if we can grab our podium finishers for a quick interview. Meanwhile, my cat is going absolutely ballistic. But it doesn't seem like people actually want to join me. Except for Jarvis. Jarvis, my boy! Get in here. Welcome, guys. I wasn't able to get a hold of Phantom. But yes, Cracker.
Yo.
Astonishing race. But unfortunately not enough for the win. What went through your head those last couple of laps?
Fuck knows, to be honest, man. Like, I knew I was never going to put 6 seconds on Fanta anyway, so I'm surprised he got that close. But he's my teammate anyway, so if we're going to lose to anyone, Joe, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a fantastic result. A Williams 1-2 right here. Very good, very good.
Yep, happy up.
Can't really complain. So yeah, Jarvis, I'm your official fanboy now, according to the Tier 5 guys. How was the race for you? How do you feel with this podium?
Well, to be honest, it was a very rocky start. I thought going onto the hards was a bad idea after I did it, because I was losing so much time. But once I changed, I felt better and I started gaining the pace. The light safety car helped me out. And I think, to be honest, I think it was a lucky P3. I don't know whether I deserved that one, but hey, what goes around
I mean,
comes around.
you have to be in the right place at the right time to get something, so.
Yeah, have to be there. You know, I was, and I made what I could out of the situation I was in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of you noticed, but at least the Tier 5 guys noticed. For some reason, I was always on you.
Oh, that's good.
Just asking.
Yeah, it was either like the top 3 guys, so Alumni, Cracker, and Westo most of the time, and RPG Kimmy until he
I might try
pinned
and watch it
himself.
back.
And every time I got the chance to, I was just talking about Jarvis.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, good race from the both of you. Have a good night, both of you.
Cheers, man. Good luck.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Good luck.
So, yeah, this was the conclusion of this race, of this rather interesting race, my second time commentating here. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't complete trash at commentating. And yeah, potentially see you next week, or maybe even in the next couple of days. Good night, everyone.